Boxing, a sport often called the sweet science, has ancient roots. Evidence suggests boxing existed as far back as 3000 BCE. Ancient carvings and artwork from Mesopotamia and Egypt depict boxing-like contests. These early forms of boxing were likely brutal affairs. Fighters fought with bare hands, and there were few rules. Ancient Greece embraced boxing. Boxing became a formal sport in the Olympic Games around 688 BCE. These early Olympic boxing matches were tests of strength and skill. They were also incredibly demanding. Fighters competed until one man could no longer continue. The Romans also enjoyed boxing. During the Roman Empire, boxing evolved into gladiatorial contests. These fights were often fought to the death. Gladiators used leather hand wrappings. The wrappings were often reinforced with metal studs. This made the fights even more brutal. After the fall of the Roman Empire, boxing declined in popularity. However, it would eventually re-emerge in a new form. This new form would become known as prizefighting. Prizefighting would lay the foundation for the modern sport of boxing we know today. Boxing re-emerged in 17th century England. This early form of boxing was known as prizefighting. Prizefighting was a brutal spectacle. It was characterized by bare-knuckle fights and minimal rules. These fights were often bloody and dangerous. James Figg is considered the first recognized boxing champion. He rose to prominence in the early 18th century. Figg was a skilled fighter who helped to popularize bare-knuckle boxing. His fights drew large crowds. As prizefighting gained popularity, there was a growing need for rules. In 1743, the London prize ring rules were established. These rules aimed to make the sport fairer. They also sought to reduce the number of fatalities. The rules introduced concepts like rounds and weight classes. In 1867, the Queensberry rules were introduced. These rules revolutionized the sport of boxing. The Queensberry rules mandated the use of gloves. They also established the 3-minute round format that is still used today. These changes made boxing safer and more strategic. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw the rise of boxing champions. These boxers captivated audiences with their skill, power, and charisma. They became global icons. Jack Johnson became the first black heavyweight champion in 1908. He faced intense racism and discrimination. However, Johnson's dominance in the ring could not be denied. He became a symbol of hope and resistance for many. Joe Louis, known as the Brown Bomber, emerged as a national hero during the 1930s and 1940s. Lewis's powerful punching and relentless style made him one of the most feared boxers of all time. Muhammad Ali transcended the sport of boxing. He was known for his speed, agility, and outspoken personality. Ali was a vocal critic of racism and the Vietnam War. He became a symbol of hope and inspiration for millions around the world. These boxing legends left an indelible mark on the sport. Their legacies continue to inspire new generations of boxers today. Section 4. Global Domination. Boxing's Rise to International Prominence. Boxing's popularity spread rapidly in the 20th century. It became a truly global sport. Major fights drew massive audiences worldwide. The establishment of governing bodies helped to organize the sport. Organizations like the World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, and International Boxing Federation emerged. These organizations sanctioned championship bouts and established rankings. The rumble in the jungle between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman in 1974 was a watershed moment for boxing. The fight took place in Kinshasa, Zaire. It captivated a global audience. Ali's upset victory solidified his status as a legend. Pay-per-view events and digital streaming further expanded boxing's reach. Millions of people around the world could now watch major fights live from their homes. This led to a surge in boxing's popularity, particularly in regions like Latin America and Asia. Boxing became more than just a sport. It became a global spectacle. It transcended cultural barriers and united people from all walks of life. Section 5. The Enduring Legacy of Boxing. A Timeless Spectacle. Boxing has a rich and storied history. From its ancient roots to its modern-day spectacle, boxing has evolved significantly. However, the core elements of the sport remain unchanged. Boxing is a test of strength, skill, and determination. It requires discipline, courage, and an unwavering will to win. The sport has produced some of the greatest athletes in history. Boxing has also played a significant role in social and cultural movements. It has been a platform for athletes from marginalized communities to challenge stereotypes and fight for equality. Today, boxing remains a popular sport worldwide. It continues to captivate audiences with its raw athleticism and compelling narratives. The sweet science of boxing shows no signs of slowing down. It is a timeless spectacle that continues to inspire and entertain people around the globe.